Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, and freaks of nature of all ages. My name is Brian Bad Hippie Jackson, and welcome to my YouTube. And welcome to This War of Mine. Now, This War of Mine is a game that I have been wanting to play since the very first time I read the write-up on it on Steam. It has received fantastic critical acclaim. It is an award-winning game. It's received amazingly good reviews from the gaming public. It is one of the most unique games, from what I've read, one of the most unique games most people have ever played. It is a war story, but it's a war story unlike any war story we've ever seen. You don't play a soldier, you don't play elite special forces, you're not running around with the most advanced weaponry going booyah, headshot. You play a group of civilians in a war-torn city trying to do nothing more than survive in a war that you didn't start and that you don't want to fight. And apparently this game puts you in a position of having to make what some people like to call the hard choice, or the hard call, meaning that no matter what choice you make, somebody's probably going to die. There is no right or wrong decision in this. You just have to make the best decision you can for the betterment of the surviving group as a whole, and learn to live with your losses, which makes it a very unique kind of story and a unique kind of game, which is why you're not going to see a webcam overlay on this. I think that would detract from the story, so no face cam. It's also why I went ahead and went in and did a few test plays. I never went past day 3 of survival because I don't want to get too far into it. I want things to be new and fresh for me and you as well, but I didn't want to be trying to figure this out as we go because I thought that would probably detract from the story as well. So I took the time to figure out the basics at least. So the other thing you're going to notice is my voice is probably going to sound a little bit different. I finally tracked down the problem I've been having with the static in my recordings, and it's my other gaming headset. The headphones are fine. I can listen to anything I want to, but there's a problem with the microphone, and that's what's been causing the static. So if my voice sounds like it's got too much treble in it right now, that's because I'm using my son's PlayStation headset, and it's really not designed for recording. It's designed for making fun of your friends when you shoot them in the face in Call of Duty. But until next month, the gaming budget next month will go to buying a new headset. But until then, I'm going to use what I have so that I can get a good quality recording for you guys without having to worry about all the static. But with all that said, let's go ahead and click New Game and play This War of Mine. Now, let's see. Either way you go, you're going to start with 3 people. Let's back out of this for a second. Or you can also write your own story, meaning that you can select from this group of survivors to start with and put together a custom survivors team. Or you can define new civilians and create your own people. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, but you can basically customize your own story. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to go ahead and go to another try. And I think we're going to go ahead and pick Katya, Bruno, and Pavla, because I played Pavla, Bruno, and Marco when I was doing the test games. So we'll do Katya, Bruno, and Pavla for the YouTube game. And the graphical style of this game is absolutely phenomenal. I've honestly never seen anything like it. I've seen quite a few side-scrolling 3D games, but I've never seen one that's set up like this. It's amazing. The graphics are absolutely amazing. It is completely point and click. And it did take a little bit of getting used to, and I'm pretty sure that there's going to be other parts of it that are going to take some getting used to. But I did learn that one of the first things we have to do is scavenge and build. So let's get through the intro and then we'll start into it. When the Civil War broke out, many people thought it would only last a couple of weeks. It's been years since government military surrounded the rebels in the capital, cutting off all supply lines. The civilian population trapped in the city are suffering from hunger, disease, and shelling. Katya met Pavle and Bruno before the war. She used to be a reporter, while Bruno had his own television cooking show. Pavle was a star of the local football team. Katya had even interviewed him once. Now they meet in dramatically different circumstances, looking for food and shelter. And each one of these people has a different skill set, but just before we get into that, to navigate around the environment, you simply go to the edge with the mouse and it will automatically kind of drag it around for you. And you can zoom in and out using the scroll wheel. There's two ways to select a character. You can either click on the character, which will show their bio in the bottom, or you can click on the bio, which will center up and on the character. Now it looks like to start off with, we've got Katya, who has no ailments and bargaining skills. We have Bruno, who has no ailments and is a good cook. And then we have Pavle, who is slightly sick and a fast runner. And if you click on bio, you can read their bio. So Pavle: before this whole mess began, I lived with my wife and son in the better part of the city. I haven't seen them in a long time. I hope they are okay. I'm not doing so well, as you can see. Who needs football players during war? Nobody cares about sports when every day can be their last, so I scavenge the ruins like everybody else, hoping for the best. Bruno: before the war, I used to own a restaurant. I even had my own TV show. Bruno's Cuisine. I'm sure you've seen it. I visit beautiful places where I was filmed cooking exquisite dishes. All that seems of no importance now, don't you think? Nowadays, you're lucky if you get your hands on some canned meat or a bag of rice. And who knows how long this war is going to last. And of course, Bruno, it also said Bruno's a smoker. And then Katya, who has bargaining skills, and she's a coffee drinker. I grew up in this city, but went abroad to study and started working as a reporter. I'd been away for years when the troubles escalated into a war. I was picked to write reports on it. I'd have volunteered anyway. I was so anxious to check on my parents, but it was too late. I found my house in ruins. My family had disappeared. I've been looking for them ever since. And from what I understand, as the story progresses, the bios will update. So I think the first thing we want to do is get these people scavenging areas in the house and finding whatever we can find in the house to start upgrading and building with. Okay, let's get him down here. And let's get him up here. And you can get everybody doing something at the same time. So let's go ahead and get him moving that mess. Get him searching that. And let's see where we need to get her. Oh, we found the lockpick. Awesome. That's going to be good. Let's put her... Let's get her down here and see if we can start moving some of that stuff out of the way. Let's grab him. Where do I need? Oops. And put him down here and searching that, and then we can get him to go through this door, search that, move that pile, and lockpick that. Oop, wrong one. And I got to keep a really good eye on who I've got doing what. So let's see. Let's get him to lockpick that door. And if you want him to run, to get him to walk, you left click, and to get him to run, you right click. So it's almost 3:30 in the afternoon, and we've got them all working on stacks of debris. So hopefully we'll be able to find some stuff before nightfall, and then we can figure out who we're going to allow to sleep and who we're going to put on guard and who we're going to send out to scavenge. We probably, as soon as we can get a bed made, we want to let Pablo sleep, because he will, if you're only slightly sick or slightly wounded, then sleeping will allow you to recover. Is it just me, or does the music kind of sort of remind you of The Last of Us? Okay, now let's take him over here to the workbench and see what we can't do about making a bed, if we can. Okay, we can make at least one bed, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And I think we want to put the beds... Let's put one bed here, I think. See if we can get into that, or if it's locked. Nope, it's locked. So let's take him back up to the workbench and see if we can get a second bed built. And with only 3 people, we're only going to need 2 beds, because I don't think it would be wise to have everybody asleep at the same time. So we can rotate out our sleep schedules. Alright, so let's select Pablo and let him go ahead and... it's night, so he's not going to get to sleep yet. We're going to go ahead and let Pablo sleep in a bed since he's slightly sick. We're going to put Bruno on guard duty. And we're going to send Katya out to scavenge, because she's not tired yet, she's not sick, she's not hungry, and she's got 2 extra slots in her backpack that Bruno doesn't have. Now, Pablo, we want to have him at the beginning to be our primary scavenger, but with him being sick, we want him to recover a little bit before that happens. So we're going to send Katya out to the shelled cottage, because if we look at this, if you look at the cottage, the neighborhood recently got shelled and many houses are still burning. People were fleeing for their lives in a hurry, so we may find some useful stuff here without meeting anyone. And it says lots of food, lots of meds, lots of parts, huge amount of material, and a huge amount of weapons. But if we look at the semi-detached house, it says danger. There's other people there that don't seem friendly, and the decrepit squat, they shouldn't be a threat, but we don't want to send her out there. If we're going to send anybody to the decrepit squat, we want them to have a weapon just in case. So the shelled cottage is going to be a safer place, and she's probably not going to run into anybody. So we'll send her there and see what she can find. We don't have anything really that she can use at the time being, like a shovel or a crowbar, so let's just go ahead and do it. don't have any food, so that's going to be one of the first things we're going to need to look for is food. The house is still burning. Okay, we've got plenty of building materials there, but we're not going to grab any. I just want to see what's there. Lots of building materials, and it looks like, what is that? Gunpowder, which we can manufacture weapons and explosives. Let's take a peek through the door. If you hit the little eyeball, you can peek through the keyhole and get an idea as to what's in there. So it looks like it's safe in there, so we're going to go ahead and go in. And we're going to search this refrigerator first. Food, water, herbs, and sugar cubes. Take it all. Herbs and sugar cubes. And if you notice, a lot of these items are stackable. So if I click on these sugar cubes and hit the plus, it's going to stack it onto these sugar cubes up to its max of 10. So you can stack your items. These things are stackable. Now you've got a 2 up there. Let's go ahead and grab the rest of those sugar cubes. We've still got 3 empty slots, and we've got a couple of things that are stackable. So let's go search this room. We got herbal meds and bandages. Absolutely, we're going to take those. And let's head up the stairs and see what we find up there. Let's go search that. And it looks like there might be some stuff in the basement too, so we'll come back later depending on what we find up here. What do we have? These are all building supplies. Let's go ahead and grab that gunpowder, because I believe right outside the front door there was gunpowder, and if that's a stackable asset, then we'll grab some more. Nope. Okay. So let's go back downstairs, and when I get my hands on a lockpick, I will go check that door. And I think this was the stack where the gunpowder was. Yeah, that had the gunpowder, so let's see if that's stackable. It is. Awesome. So that's a pretty good haul for the first night. Let's go ahead and run to the exit and head back to the house. Katya is back. Day 2. Hello, look at all this stuff. I wish I could bring so much every night. 5 food, 11 water, 2 herbs, 30 sugar cubes, some vegetables, some bandages, 2 herbal meds, and 2 gunpowder. The night was calm. Katya had been searching for supplies and brought some interesting things. Okay, so she's tired and hungry. Bruno is tired and hungry. And Pablo is hungry and slightly sick. So let's go ahead and put Bruno down here finishing off this second bed so we can let him get some sleep. And then we're going to take Katya and bring her down here and see if we can make an upgrade to the table or make another work table that will allow us to work with metal so that we can make crowbars and shovels and lockpicks and stuff. Okay, we can do an improved workshop. And can we do... Nope, we have to do the improved workshop before we can make a metal workbench. Alright, let's go ahead and grab him and let him take one of those herbal meds. Oops, that's the wrong one. Herbal med. Grab her. And we don't need to do that. What we need to do is see if we can make a metal. Okay, what do we need? We need 5 more wood to be able to make a metal workshop. So when we send Pavla out tonight to scavenge, alright, we'll go ahead and let her eat. We'll grab Bruno and let him eat. And we'll grab Pablo and let him eat. And then we're going to let her sleep. And we're going to let him sleep. And then we're going to grab him and have him search that if he can. Because I missed that before. I didn't see that for the searchable. Alright, now we're going to let him come down here to the workbench. And we're going to see what else we can construct. We're going to need to make a rain catcher because fresh water is going to be incredibly important. But we can make a radio. That will come in handy. So let's go ahead and make a radio. And let's put the radio... Where do we want to put the radio? We want to put the radio... Let's put the radio up here. Then we'll send him back down and see what we need to do to build a rain catcher. A rain catcher is going to be important. We're going to have water. And I don't think we have to feed everybody every day. Now you can click on the radio, if my understanding... The rebel leader instructed us to warn the listeners not to cross the front line. Failure to comply could result in death. And from what I understand, you can grab it with the mouse and tune the radio so that you can try to find other stations. What's that? The upcoming days should still be nice and warm, perfect for a stroll in the park. So you can pick up news, you can pick up information, you can listen to music. And if you find a good music station, you can actually leave the radio on the music station and it will play throughout your house. See, classical music is playing. Nice. Despite desperate counterattacks by rebels trying to lift the siege of Pogren, the city remains cut off. Government forces do not allow any aid to reach the city, claiming it would end up in rebel hands. Music. Okay. Alright, so what do we need to make? We're going to need components and 5 wood. And for a rain catcher, we're going to need... Oh, wait a minute. For that, we need... Alright, and then for a rain catcher, we need 15 components, 5 wood, and 3 parts. Okay. Also, I think, what is this? That's a filter, and the filter we need for that rain catcher. So we're going to go ahead and make it, because we're going to have it when we make our rain catcher. And from what I understand, it's okay for them to be hungry, or still hungry, or slightly hungry, or tired, or slightly tired. You just don't want them to get very hungry and very tired and stuff like that. So, alright, so we're going to send Pablo out tonight to hit that house again, and we're going to concentrate on picking up materials to craft the things that we need, like the rain catcher and the metal workshop and those kind of things. And since I'm pretty sure we've got about everything we can get in the house right now without having extra lockpicks or other tools, and it being 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to go ahead and end the day and get ready to go ahead and do our night scavenging. So end day, and we go into the night. Now, let's see. We're going to put Bruno on guard. I wonder if I can put Katya on guard too. Yes, I can. I can put both of them on guard. Can I send her out to scavenge? Nope, only one can scavenge, but I can put 2 on guard. So let's go ahead and put Katya and Bruno on guard and send Pablo out to scavenge. And we're just going to go ahead and go straight back to that shelled cottage. And we're going to pick up as many supplies as we possibly can. Grab all. Okay, we got 12 slots, so let's put 6 slots full of components and 6 slots full of wood. All right. Head to the exit. Found plenty of really fine stuff. What a night. We've been raided. Someone tried to rob us. They were just a couple of scavengers, so we managed to fend them off. Too bad we had no weapons. None of us were wounded, and the attackers didn't steal anything. We were able to defend ourselves. Pavle had been searching for supplies and brought some interesting things, which that is why I wanted to, have 2 people on guard, because doing the test plays, I knew that somewhere between night 2 and night 4 there was probably going to be a raid, and if there's only one person awake, then it's going to be a bad deal. Somebody's probably going to get hurt, or you're going to lose things. So, with day 2 done, let's go ahead and call that a game. And thank you very much for joining me. Please do not forget to check the links in the description below for the Disabled American Veterans and the Wounded Warriors Project. Let's please help support our veterans. If you liked the video, then hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends and family to hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Please don't forget to ring my bell. Please leave me a comment. All comments are always welcome. Good, bad, somewhere in between. I would really like to know what's going through your head. What kind of games do you want to see me play next? How did you find my YouTube? I'd be really curious to know that. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your support. I greatly appreciate every last one of you. And until next time, this is Brian Bad Hippie Jackson saying peace, love, clean underwear, and happy gaming.